Ni hao. Okay guys, hi and welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is going to be my background for my videos for a short while. My YouTube intro is becoming quite rusty because it's been a long while I've been on YouTube, so it might take a while for me to catch up. I just got to China 2 days ago and I'm currently in Beijing. So if you're a foreigner, you're coming to China or you plan to come to China, I think this is a very important video for you to watch. So make sure to watch the end. So here are 10 different things that stood out to me as a black girl, as a Nigerian girl in China. So the first one is the eyes. Yes, they stare a whole lot. Like, I know when you go online, they will show you Chinese people look a lot, and it's probably because they barely see foreigners, they barely see black people, which is understandable and which is it's okay. Friend was calling me throughout the whole journey, and she was like, guys, please help me check. Is something on my back? Like, is there anything in my body? Because I don't understand this eyes. Like, they will literally stop, take out their phone and start making a video of you. So not only are they looking at you, they will stop, bring out their phone, take a video of you, and I'm thinking it's because, we're in Beijing too, so they don't really get a lot of black people as they do in Guangzhou. They rarely see black people. In fact, when we went to the Tiananmen Square, we literally worked and worked and worked for hours, and we did not see any other black person. And let me tell you, that market was let me look at the market. That square was very, very crowded, but we didn't see any black person. So that should tell you a lot. I mean, the only 3 black girls, it's thousands and thousands of white Asians. Anyways, the second thing is their e-vehicles. Guy, I've not seen any car that is making noise. I don't know if you guys get. Imagine living my whole life in a whole loudy, chaotic Lagos with all the whole the sound of their engine when on the start car, and then coming to a place where you don't even know a bike just is coming behind you until they pass you, and they're not going to say get out of the way. They just wait until you move out of the way, your own convenience. Nigerian bike men would have slapped your head like, you go coupon, come off a road, you know the system. Would have used horn to blast your ear or use their tire to brush against your leg before they will not even pass. So I haven't seen any, fuel car since my 24 hours here. In fact, it's been more than 24 hours actually. But I'm just saying what I'm losing my first 2 days in China. I haven't seen any fuel, any car that uses fuel. The third thing is the light obedience. There's literally no car coming from here, no car coming from here, no car coming from here. You could just go until the light turns green before they move. But once it's red, they don't go nowhere. Even though there's no car coming, even though there's nobody walking. We were literally at an intersection and there was nobody coming, no car coming. We were the only ones there and the light was red. But this driver stopped, he waited until it turned green before we could leave. The fourth one is the power bank rentals. They have a spot at almost every 1 kilometer or every 2 kilometers. You can go rent a power bank, use it, and I think it's very, very cheap to rent the power bank. You can use it, and then when you're done, you return it in another place. You don't have to come back to that same spot you rented it from. You can also return it at another spot. It's also convenient, especially for us that are travelers. As long as you have a Chinese SIM card, you can get it, which is another thing I'm going to talk about in another video. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. The fifth one is no English. The language barrier is real. You think that, okay, when I come here, I'll definitely meet someone that speaks. I still understand a little bit of English, but they don't. Most of them here in Beijing, in fact, we've not met a single person that speaks English. So the language barrier is actually real. So you need to download your translation app before getting here. And I think the only app that works here, the only translation app that works is Beidou app. So the language barrier is real. Get your translation app ready. No English, even thank you self might be hard for other people to comprehend. So we guys say sheshe. Yeah. So just get your app ready. Sixth one, which is a little bit controversial because I don't know, coming online, they said Chinese food could be spicy, it could be spicy, this and that. So went to this restaurant for their hotpot, and that hotpot is supposed to be so spicy, right? Well, that wasn't spicy. Yes, you could feel the pepper, but that is not spicy. As someone that I'm an Igbo girl, I spent most of my years growing up in Yoruba land, in Ekiti State, and then Osun State, and even Lagos State. I spent most of my time in Yoruba land. I know what spicy is. I know what pepper is, and their spicy is not spicy. Yeah, that's the sixth one. Their spicy is not spicy. Well, for me, I don't know about you or other foreigners, depending on your country, but as a Nigerian Igbo girl that grew up among Yoruba people that used to eat pepper, their spicy is not spicy. It wasn't that spicy to me at all. I do see lots of videos online. They'll be like, we came here, we had hot pots. In fact, the hot pot is considered the spiciest food, the spiciest meal in China. I think apart from one street food like this have on the street. We've not really tried a lot of street food, but there was one we tried, and the meat something, they sprayed pepper on top, and I don't know if it's curry every time they put on top, but I don't know, it tasted weird, but it was okay, not that bad, but it wasn't spicy too. So yeah, I personally think their spicy is not spicy. And what do you think? If you've been to China, what do you think? Do you think it's that spicy? Learn how to bargain. Yeah, don't think it's only in your country, only Shodi. only in Alaba, only in Idumota, and you need to price. You need to price here, because once they see foreigners, they kind of double the price. Especially in market, I'm talking of markets. When you go to places like restaurants or malls, the prices are fixed. But if you're going to the market, like going to Tiananmen Square, you need to bargain. Because tell me why I walked in here, this woman told me this mirror was 85 yuan, and I was like, thinking in my head, calculated, try to convert it to dollar in my head. Like, oh, this is almost like $15, or is it $14? Why will I buy a mirror for $14? And I was like, I actually didn't even need it. I was just pricing it. So we're just about to go. She was trying to negotiate. She said 80, and I said, let me just call one price. So this one, just leave me alone. And I went half. I said 40. She said, no, not 40, not 40. I should bring 60. I said 40, 50, 40, 45, 40, and that was how she sold it for me as 40. So, and then I went to another store. I wanted to buy this fan. Yeah, this. Yeah, I wanted to get this fan, and she told me 28 yuan, and I said, okay, no problem. I'm not get. What do I actually even need this fan for? You could get it in Nigeria, but nothing beats like buying the souvenir here, right? So she was like 28 yuan. I said, okay, I don't need. I'm good. She was like, oh, how much? Like, tell me how much do I want to buy? I said 10. She was looking at me like, where the hell are you from? I said 10. She said, no. Okay, 20. I said, no. 10. Okay, 15. I said 10. She said, oh, 12. Let's do 12. Then I bought it for 12 yuan. I still feel like they ripped me off, but it's good, because I saw someone else and she said she bought hers for 10 yuan, but it's just 2 yuan sharp. So I would dash her. Anyway, so bargaining is a must. Bring out your bargaining shoes. Be sure to bargain, especially when you're in the market. Bargain. Now the 8th one is that they are super nice and friendly and helpful. Like, you cannot get lost. Once you are with your translation app, you can get help from anybody. Although some apps, they're a little bit, there's a bit of misunderstanding in the translation or whatever. Like in the translation, what you input into the app might not be what is going to translate to them, and sometimes to what they translate might not be what they are actually saying. So like, there was this store I went to, I just understood a bit, but wanted to get something, and he was like, what do you want to buy? He said it in Chinese, but the app brought out, what's the point? So you need to get a reliable app. I'm yet to find the most reliable app, but once I do, I'll let you guys know. They're super nice and super friendly. Like, they always want to help. Once they see that you're lost, you can just meet somebody anyhow, translate. They want to help you directly, and they won't take you to where you're going. So make sure to always ask for help. You can't get lost here. That's what I think. So they're always ready to help. Moving on to the 9th. Time flies. I don't know how. I feel like it's because I'm doing quite a lot, or I'm pretty occupied since I got here. Editing, exploring, going out, getting this, getting that. But time flies here, because tell me why I just lay my head on the pillow around 3, and then in the next 5 minutes, the time is already 8 a.m. Like, how? Or I got up at 10 a.m. and then let me just go and use the bathroom, come out dressed, and it's already 11:30. I mean, I know I take quite a lot of time to dress, but do I really take that much time? So going out, I don't know, like, time flies. Well, I guess it's because we have a lot of things we're doing. So make sure to manage your time very well, and make sure to allocate time to almost all your activities. Just draft them out, what you want to do, and then from this time to this time I'll be here, from this time to this time I'll be here, just to plan your day properly, because we planned to go to a lot of places yesterday, but there was no time, so we couldn't go. And the last one is no power outage. See, where I'm coming from, I'm already used to, once there's light, I'll plug my phone, because you don't know when they're going to take that light. But it's not here. Anytime you want to plug it, you just can't plug it. They're not taking the light. I could get used to this. Yeah, everybody knows actually there's no power outage here, but you can't blame me for being Nigerian. I subconsciously just go and plug my phone, because like my mind is already thinking, oh, they might still think the light, so go and plug your phone. So I subconsciously just go and plug it for. I'm getting used to the fact that, oh no, the light doesn't go off, like, it's just there. So another thing is not part of the 10 things I noticed, but just like a bonus. Another thing I noticed very is like, oh my god, they smoke a lot. A lot of them smoke. The ones we came out of the airport, the first smell that passed through my nose was cigarette, and I guess it's because of their cold weather. Their weather is kind of like cold. Anyway, these are things I noticed while I arrived in China. If you've been to China before, what do you think I miss? You can add it in the comment section. Or if you've got questions about China, you're planning to come to China, or you are new in China and you have questions, just ask me in the comment section. I will do well to answer it in my next video. See you guys.